Hello, everyone.
Hello, you are listening to Lately in Leoland. I'm Eric Dirth.
And I'm Leah Hollingsworth.
And we are here this afternoon once again to update you on all the latest happenings around St. Leo and give you a little update on the music scene and really just talk about whatever you, the fan, wants to hear. So, Leah.
Yes.
What is new in your life? Today is Tuesday, February 11th.
Is that the date?
I don't know.
It's the 12th.
February 12th. It is February 12th, everyone. So if you're listening to this later, that we're recording this right now. Okay. So we have a little different setup in the studio for today.
We do.
I, Eric, have discovered that we have an actual recording booth, like a soundproof room where we could have a musician come in and sing. And so I've decided that I'm going to air from my mic inside the soundproof room. And so Leah is across the hall down in the actual recording studio. So we just have to look through each other through this narrow entryway and this...
A glass panel.
A glass panel. So...
It's pretty funny.
It's kind of like I am in captivity.
Yes.
And you are...
I'm the lady at the zoo.
You're the lady at the zoo. Exactly.
Yeah. So what's new? Well, yesterday I went to a poetry reading / performance in Selby for Valentine's Day. So it was love poems.
That sounds exciting.
I went with my creative writing class.
Oh, nice.
Because my teacher was reading in it. That was interesting. And tomorrow, I am going to see Six Appeal, the men's a cappella group.
See what you did there.
Yeah. No, that's what they're called, for real.
I see what they did there.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah. On the poetry note, did you know I've written 2 poems?
Really?
It is true.
Like ever in history or recently?
No, I mean ever in history.
Oh, okay.
One was entitled A Rabbit Named Doug.
Oh.
It was really adorable.
That reminds me of a porcupine named Fluffy.
Is that for real?
Yeah, it's a book. It's a little kid's book. Didn't you ever read that book?
No, but I feel like they copied my idea.
I think they've been around longer than your poem.
I wrote this in like 4th grade, and it was phenomenal.
Well, the porcupine named Fluffy book was read to me as like an infant, so seeing as we're the same age.
That's true. I'm trying to think of because it was like one of those that have a reoccurring like stanza or refrain, if you will. And it was like, oh rabbit, who's really a dog, you're such a nice fellow, but they treat you like smog, or something along that. It really messed with your heart. I'm just surprised I didn't perform that at your poetry slam.
I know. I mean, was it published? Is that a published poem?
Well, I think I wrote it in 4th grade, and I don't remember what my teacher did with that. I'm going to assume she published it and told everyone it was hers.
Yeah.
And then my other one I wrote about, it was about this, it was called My Americone Dream. And it was about this girl who I saw entering the caf going towards the ice cream machine, and I fell in love with her. And so I continue to describe her as different flavors of ice cream. So
when did you write this one?
My sophomore year.
Nice.
Yeah. So that would have been 2 years ago. So, I don't know.
Different flavors of ice cream. That's like, what flavors was she?
I just remembered one of the lines was like, her sweet creme brulee hair all tangled down.
Oh. That's clever.
Yeah. If people want to hear it, I could bring it in. I mean, I don't know if we want to have a little poetry day.
Ooh.
I'd like to have a poetry day. Do you want to have a poetry day?
That'd be fun. I just had to write a bunch of poetry, so I could actually have something to read.
So you've actually recently written?
Yes. We have to write quite a few different poems, like unstructured and ones with form. And we're going to have to write full stories too, which that part I'm a little more afraid of, because a whole story, I don't know.
That does seem like a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have any recollection of like old poems you wrote? Could you?
Ooh. I don't know. I remember we had to write a poetry book in like 4th grade or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had to write a poetry book my freshman year of high school. And at my high school, we had to pick our best work for the year and put it into this like portfolio. And I picked my poetry book. And I had pasted little sparkly stars on the front, like star confetti. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But I had to scan the whole thing in to a computer, and so you could see some of the stars fell off, and you could see this little like outline of glue and a star shape. And then by the time it was my senior year, I had some like college essay as my best work, and so it was kind of funny, like, oh, my little poetry book.
What is your favorite show? Because I think to have a good poetry day, I prefer the poems that are kind of, obviously, my 2 poems were Rabbit Named Dog and American Dream. I like the light and fun ones. Do you have any favorite Shel Silverstein poems? Do you remember?
Oh, I have some of his books in my room at home.
Did you ever?
Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Yeah.
I have that one.
Yeah. Do you remember any like? Because Clooney the Clown was my favorite Shel Silverstein.
Was there one? I remember one with a picture of like an octopus, like a slimy octopus or something.
I'm sure there was.
And there's that one about, the one where the sidewalk ends with there's like a cliff. Mm-hmm. I'm just remembering the pictures in the book. That's not very good.
Maybe we should bring in our favorite Shel Silverstein
that's a great idea.
And then one of our owns for next show.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun. A little poetry
I'm going to write it down.
All right, I like that. Because the Clooney the Clown, not to spoil anything, but this Clooney the Clown was a terribly depressed clown, and everyone laughed at him because they thought he was so funny that he was a sad clown.
I remember it now.
And it is just, it's one of my favorites.
One.
It is one of my favorites.
I really like the one, this isn't it's either a really long poem. It's a long poem that's made into a book. The one about the giving tree. Wasn't that Shel Silverstein?
I don't think the giving tree's a poem, is it?
I want to say that it is.
Maybe it is.
Or is it a story?
I thought it was a story.
It's either a really long poem that tells a story, or it's just an actual story. But I really like that. It makes me so sad. I feel so sad for the tree every time I read it.
Because isn't that the one, they chop off the tree, and then it's just because he wants to be a little old stump for the old guy to sit on.
Yeah, because he needs a place to sit. And he was like, you can sit on me. So sad.
That is one of the classics.
It is.
So, anyway, what else have you been doing? Anything exciting? Oh, I didn't tell you. I know you're going to ask me what I've been doing recently. I'm interning for the Tampa Roller Derby, and we had our we had our draft party on Friday, and so I was emceeing and announcing the new teams for the Tampa Bay Roller Derby Darlings. They have 3 teams: the Switchblade Sisters, Cigar City Mafia, and I should remember the third one.
I know Cigar City. They make beer, right? They're a brewing company?
Yes. And they sponsor Cigar City Mafia. There's like Switchblade Sisters. And I don't remember the third one. I should know this. Anyway, I had to have a derby name for this night. Because if anyone who's familiar with the roller derby world, if you are like part of roller derby, you have to have a derby name. And so, for example, my internship advisor, her name is PH Diesel. And one of the other ladies who I work closely with, her name is Gale Force. And so they've been pressuring me, like, Eric, you have to come up with a...
Wait, are those supposed to... Wait, I don't think I get it.
No, they're just a derby name. Like, they're not have to be necessarily...
Diesel? What's the PH mean?
Well, it's kind of... You pick your own name, but it's kind of... They say that the derby name chooses you. And she actually... PH Diesel got her PhD in physical education, and she's a professor at USF.
Clever.
And so she likes PH Diesel. And then I don't know how Gale Force... I don't know where Gale Force got her name. But yeah, there's little stories behind each one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had three final choices to decide my derby name.
Right.
And I don't know if did I tell them to you?
Yes, but I can't remember.
Because I'll tell you my top 3, and then I want you to guess which one I finally chose.
Well, you told me which one it was.
Oh, you remember?
Well, I think I'll remember once you tell me the top 3.
Okay.
This is how my memory works.
We'll play dumb a little bit for the audience.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that.
The first one was DJ Jalapeno Face.
Jalapeno Face?
Jalapeno Face.
Is your face on fire?
So be like, he's
Or
hot,
you're
he's
so
spicy,
hot?
he's
Yeah,
jalapeno face. And so that was my first choice. That was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was the Zebra Cakeinator, because I enjoy zebra cakes.
They're good.
They're fantastic. And then my third one was Confetti Eddie. And I'd spell Confetti Eddie with CONFEDDI space Eddie. EDDIE.
And where did that one come from?
My initials are Ed, and so it's occasionally I get called Ed. And I was thinking of things that kind of rhymed with Eddie. And I have a confetti cannon in my room, like a little one. And so I was like, yes! And so that's the one I chose. I know you already knew that. But
Yes.
so my official announcement on Friday night was, it's like, I'm Confetti Eddie. And then everyone's like, hey, Confetti Eddie. And so it was just awesome. Because
I
now
like that it rhymes.
I'm officially included in... And they all, like, when I left, they're like, good job, Confetti. And they just were like, see you later, Confetti. And it's just so cool.
Nice.
You feel so included.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that was my most exciting thing of the weekend.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you went to Disney also, right?
I did go to Disney. You went to Disney.
I did go to Disney.
We did not go together, though.
Yeah, we were in separate kingdoms of Disney.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. Yeah, Leah went through the school,
Mm-hmm.
and I went through one of my cross-country friends. And my cross-country friend had park hopper passes, and so we were able to go to all 4 parks. So what that means is...
You did?
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you.
I thought you were just at Epcot.
No.
Well, that's what Kyle said.
Oh. Well, I don't know how much he knew. But, no, we went to all 4 parks. We started at 9:30 in the morning. We went to Hollywood Studios, where we went to, like, we just, really it was an incredible day, and we did everything. But it's just, we did a lot of walking and a lot of moving fast. And I'm sure your pace was probably a little bit slower.
It was a lot of walking because we did a lot of back and forth. We didn't do things in an order because we kept getting fast passes and then coming back, so it was a lot of like back and forth and this way and that way.
Who was leading your group?
Oh, we didn't really have a group leader. It was a democracy in Disneyland, and it's hard to be in a democracy in Disneyland.
Definitely. And
in a big group. It was tough, but we did a pretty good job. And we did well with the fast passes. I've been in groups before where no one wanted to get a fast pass, and we just waited in a bunch of lines, and that was dumb. And so it was nice this time to actually be with a group that would get a fast pass. Mm-hmm. But my group didn't ever really want to stand in any lines. So that was a little like, you're going to have to stand in a line.
Right.
But overall, like, we stuck together pretty well. So that was good.
It just helps to have one person to take charge, because people are notoriously bad at, because we experienced that a lot. Like, you walk by something, it's like, ooh, let's do that. And then it's like, oh, okay. But we had, because the kid who we got tickets from, we were able to, he knew exactly where to go and when to get fast passes. So he had an excellent plan. Good. And so, so we just followed him, and we went here to get a fast pass, and we went on this ride, and then we were time to go get, that's the key with those fast passes is you got to get the fast pass and go and wait in another line.
Yes.
And that way it's kind of like you're waiting for 2 rides instead of 1.
Right. And my group, a lot of times, it was like we got a fast pass, and then we stood around and thought about what to do. And I was just like, let's just stand in a line, because that's just how I feel. But that's, like, I don't know. See, I'm used to, my favorite way to do theme parks or or travel is with my parents, to be honest, because my dad is the best planner of trips ever. Like, we did a 3-week camping trip one time, and we went across 8 states in a car with a camper, and we did everything. We did, like, Yellowstone, Yosemite, we did Disneyland, I want to say. We did the Redwood Forest. We saw my cousins. Like, we got everything done because he's just, like, fast-paced.
Well, when my family went to Disney World, they actually, I was the youngest, but they put me in charge, and it kind of just confirmed my belief that it doesn't matter who's leading as long as everyone's listening to the leader. Because, like, I was pretty young, and so I would say, like, okay, we're going to go here, and then we're going to get a fast pass and go there. And so even if someone disagreed, like, everyone went along with it, and so there just was no standing around or anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have
You just can't stand around in the middle and say, where do you want to go?
Right.
So it was fun. It was a good day at Disney. It was beautiful out.
Yeah, it was really nice out. I definitely got a tan.
What did you think of, because Disney World in Orlando has a new Fantasyland. Did you experience that at all?
Yeah, we were mostly in Fantasyland for the day, and it was nice, but they didn't have everything done yet. I thought it was all done, but a lot of it was under construction, and the parts that they did have done were a new aerial ride, and then a meet and greet with Snow White, and a meet and greet with
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid. Yeah, so, I mean, I could really care less about meet and greets. Like, meh. I just like to go on rides. So we went on the aerial one, and it was good. But I just thought there were going to be more new rides.
Well, yeah, they've been advertising, like, come and see the new Fantasyland.
Yeah.
And then we got there, and then because there's a roller coaster that's supposed to be like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah, but it's not done yet.
And it's not even close to being finished.
So I was kind of mad because, like, the whole reason I went on the trip was to see the new Fantasyland. I went on one new ride. So I was kind of just like, okay. And because I could have gone into one of the other kingdoms. We just had to stay in one kingdom.
Right.
But we could pick at the beginning. But I don't know. I guess I should have researched, like, what was new. It was a little bit of false advertising, I feel.
So what would be your favorite, if you had to just pick one, where would you have picked?
I think I should have picked Hollywood Studios because I like the Tower of Terror. Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorites. Well, and I haven't been to that section I don't know if I've ever been to it down here. Or not since I was like 11.
Well, Hollywood Studios is really, really nice. It's just as small.
But I can't even remember what else is in there.
They have Rock and Roller Coaster, which is the only roller coaster in Disney World that goes upside down. And so they have the Rock and Roller Coaster, and then they have Tower of Terror. And I think that's all they have like Indiana Jones show. They have a couple other things, I think. Okay. They have a Buzz Lightyear or a Toy Story ride. And then they have this American Idol experience where you get to go and watch. Like, have you ever done the American Idol experience?
Well, what do you go watch?
This was really cool. I didn't know this. So we just showed up and you go into this kind of it's a really fancy auditorium that's set up just like American Idol would be.
Okay.
And so every hour during the day from 11 to 7, they have people like try out to be on the show. And so when we watched it, we were the first ones. So there was 3.
Like for real?
There was 3 girls, who just went and tried out for it. And then they said, yeah, you can come and perform. So they come on stage, and then it's just completely like American Idol. And they have 3 judges, and then they have the host. And then so if you win your time slot, and the audience, we get a vote. So me and my friends and I were able to decide which one to move on to the next round. Mm-hmm. And so we voted for this girl, and so she would come back at like the 8 p.m. show, and so they do all the finalists, and then whoever wins that gets a ticket to cut to the front of the line, and the next auditions for American Idol. And so really, what surprised me, because I thought that was like, whatever, you're going to cut to the front of the line. I don't see that as a big a deal. Mm-hmm. But in this season, I don't even watch American Idol, but the host told us that this season, 17 of the top 30 people left on the show receive this ticket from Disney World.
Wow.
So there would be a good chance, like, if you make it to that far at Disney World, that they would go on to go to the actual American Idol.
That's so cool. See, I would love that.
Yeah, and the judges are like characters, and the one guy was really mean, of course.
Yeah.
And so it just was so fun because then we get a vote, we get to decide. And one of the neatest things I thought was that first girl who performed, like they introduced her, she was like a 26-year-old cheerleading coach and all this different stuff. She didn't make it, but then at the Magic Kingdom that night, our group saw her and like her friends, and so it was just like, hey, like, good job today, we're proud of you, you did really well. And so I just thought that was cool that we were able to, it's kind of like she's a celebrity for the day.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed. I'm not sure, like, if that was there, or maybe I didn't realize it was there last time I was in the Hollywood section.
Well, it might be new. What's interesting to me, I want to see what happens, because American Idol is eventually going to have to, like, I think they're not doing as well viewer ratings.
Right.
So
now there's so many options. They have so many competitors.
Mm-hmm.
The Voice, the X Factor,
Yeah.
America's Got Talent.
Definitely. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah.
Kind of that experience. But I thought that was really fun.
That's really cool. Yeah, I think I would have liked that. But I didn't realize there wasn't a whole lot of rides over there, too. I don't know. I just like rides.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they weren't so, like, far to walk to. I really wanted to go on the Peter Pan ride because that's one of my favorites because I like flying. But the line was
huge.
long. So we never went on that one because the line was like 2 hours.
We walked by that probably like 11:45, and the park closes at midnight, and it still was a 45-minute wait.
Really?
The line was longer there than Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, and Pirates of the Caribbean. We did all three.
Wait, was Pirates working on Saturday?
Yeah.
See, our group, for some reason, they were like, it's not working.
Well, it could have gotten fixed. But when
I guess later on, yeah.
They redid it, too, so it's now the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ugh, you're joking. See, I didn't see any of the cool stuff on Saturday.
See, you needed a group leader. And see, I'm lucky because I had no idea on any of that stuff. But that I had a group leader because he works at Disney.
Oh.
And so he knew all this stuff.
Yeah, see, when I used to go to Disney, my dad would, like, read all this stuff about Disney and where to go first and how to do this and what's the best deal on this and all that stuff. And so it was, like, the best because everything was done right. But, we just kind of all just, like, showed up and walked around, basically, which is just, like, not the way to do it.
Yeah.
But we still had a good time. I was glad I got to go on the teacups. I like that. I like the teacups. Mm-hmm. And we did the Space Mountain, like, first thing in the morning. Just, like, flew through that line. Yeah. And we did the other roller coaster. Thunder Mountain?
Thunder Mountain, yeah.
Thunder Mountain. So we did get a lot of rides in. I didn't realize, I think that last time I went to Disney, I went to Magic Kingdom. So it's been like 2 years since I went to that one, but it's been a lot longer since I went to the other ones.
And you'll have to go back and try to get a hopper pass or go to a different park because each kingdom has a different, like, ride, like the best ride. Mm-hmm. Because Animal Kingdom has Expedition Everest, Epcot has Fast Track, and then Soaring, and then Hollywood Studios has Rock and Roller Coaster, and so they all have like one or two. So it would just be nice for you to go back and get to experience those.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we're gonna start running out of time, and I know we have some new music we want to play,
yes.
But I just wanted to touch briefly on the St. Leo baseball team. This has been going viral around the St. Leo community, and everyone's been talking about it. And they have a video on YouTube that's 30 seconds long, and what's it called? I don't know is it the Harlem
Shake?
The Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
And what it is it's just like the baseball team's in their dugout cheering on like one of their batters, and so they just look like it's in the middle of a baseball game. But in the front of them is, I believe it's one of their coaches.
It's the head coach.
It's the head coach who's just kind of shaking his shoulders and kind of dancing a little bit. And then there's just this weird song that goes with it. And then the song...
It's a crazy song.
Like the bass,
I like it, whatever it is.
The bass drops, and then it's just utter chaos ensues. And so I would encourage anyone to listen to... Like, I am evidently the Harlem Shuffle is... Or Harlem Shake is... like the new web craze thing to do.
Oh, I didn't know. Is it like how everyone made their own like Gangnam Style video?
Yeah.
Now they're all making their own Harlem Shake video?
Yeah. If you look them up, there's a whole bunch.
Oh.
And so I just thought, because that's one of the big news things at St. Leo right now.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we would be remiss if we didn't mention it.
And it's only 30 seconds, so
yeah.
I think if you type in St. Leo, probably St. Leo Harlem Shake.
St. Leo Harlem Shake. St. Leo baseball Harlem Shake.
Yeah, it's supposed to be booming, so we'll see.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
But okay, so
my whole room was watching it last night. One person brought it up on their iPhone, then suddenly everyone was like, there was like 10 people in our room last night, and then everyone like had their iPhones open and were watching it, and it was really funny.
They did a really good job with it.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. It looks so professional. Like, I wonder who.
I bet it was Ryan Sadler, because his camera, he has an incredible camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I worked with him on a movie project, and it looked like his type of.
And you saw like the head coach in the front. He has like a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys will have to watch it now.
Definitely.
Do you have new music for us today?
I do.
Okay.
Let me tell you a little bit about it. So I'm going to be playing, this group is called Dino Jams.
Mm-hmm.
And the song that I'm going to be playing is called Kingdom Come. And it's featuring Ray Dalton, which, if you know the Macklemore song, Can't Hold Us.
I do not.
He sings on that.
Okay.
It is the Macklemore. He's good.
Still got nothing.
Okay. Well, anyway, he's been touring with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. And so he's featured on the song. I think he sings the chorus. And both Dino Jams and Ray Dalton are Seattle-based. And Dino Jams is an independent West Coast jazz meets East Coast 80s hip-hop kind of a sound. And they play live, and it's really cool. They have an 8-piece hip-hop band, which includes a 3-piece horn section, bass, drums, 2 MCs, a guitar, keys, and MPCs. So it's like all this stuff going on. And Ray Dalton, he traveled with a gospel choir. This is kind of his beginnings getting into music. And I thought it was interesting on his website. It says under like influences that the Carpenters are one of his influences. And I thought that was interesting because they're not exactly like soulful, but I love the Carpenters. That surprised me. Mm-hmm. So, I will be playing Dino Jams featuring Ray Dalton. Their song is called Kingdom Come. And, you're going to have to hold on for a minute because I have to plug myself in. I have one of these fancy iPhone cases, and it's a little irritating to have to plug in every time. All right, so again, this is called Kingdom Come.
Let's take a trip out to Grandma's house, y'all. Fly with me over the bridge, hit I-5 south. Rise and shine, the breakfast in the morning. Yeah, yo. Story starts with the gospel life. Rise and shine, some of the hot cakes and eggs. That's nice. A little something that feels just right. My cream of wheat, lump it the way I like. And go ahead and take a bite of the Kix berries. Finish every last bit, but just barely. Cause it's rarely a thought I ain't all to think about. Take a trip out to Grandma's house. No doubt, hopping on the 48, I could never be late. To the south side, I was practically raised, and I would practice for days. It's the master of the ways, and she acted amazed, a gentleman at my age. But that's just a page in the book of Z. Take a look and you will see the MC that she raised to be. Label me Turtle T, who I am currently. Another jog down memory lane. Go ahead, ask my sister, she can tell you the same. My love is a fire, she ignited the flame. And I am who I am because of the man that she made and the man that she gave. I will take to the grave, I'm thankful I behave in a dignified way. Digging deep is okay, but hey, it was sad, I was 12 when she passed. In my opinion, too fast. Now I'm dedicated, all to you forever get last.
When you're down and out,
pick yourself back up.
feeling life is a defeat.
You ain't done.
Just hold your head up high.
Keep your head high.
And know that she's watching us pass by.
Imagine coming up, greeted by a hug. In the summertime, I would get bit by all the bugs. And I can recall when we would crawl up the wall. My mama would yell, maybe scared that we fall. See the scene so vividly when tummy was hungry. Top ramen was the remedy. Pray we will remember we would walk up the hill, have a talk with Uncle Bill. We didn't know what pops you had love for was still. And it felt like a dream, it would give me the chills. Eating cookies and cream, that's so much that you mean even after this. And I knew you were an activist. Save our valley was an everlasting wish. I admit I was pissed when they sold your property, brought us close to poverty. Honestly, probably it all happened for a reason. Guarded with bloom in any gold season, but it hurt with the leaving. Now you're scarred on my arm and my heart is up bleeding. Pain is misleading cause hey, I am believing you're in a better place. I can still see your face. I can't wait for the day I can feel your embrace. Take me to the sun when I find kingdom come. And if I am late, meet me by the gate. I'll have a whole lot of stories for me. Save me a plate. Yeah. Hey, girl, save me a plate.
When you're down and out,
You ain't done, get back
feeling
up.
life is a defeat.
Still winning, baby.
Just hold your head up high.
I'll get your head high, I'll keep it
And know
high.
that she's watching us pass by.
Always and forever.
When you're down and out,
Get up and dust yourself
feeling
off.
life is a defeat.
You ain't done, yo, we still winning.
Just hold your head up high.
Get it high, y'all. Keep it high,
And know that
y'all.
she's watching us pass by.
Well, thank you.
Did you like it?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the rap per se,
The rap.
but the refrain I liked, and I always enjoy the live band.
Yeah, that's the part I think is really cool, is like the horns in the back.
And I
That's
think-
my favorite part.
I think that's coming back.
Oh, yeah, in a big way.
It's huge, and I think that it's so funny because I think we're going back to the day of like the big band.
I know, which is great because I love that
I know.
stuff.
I'm excited for that too. Maybe we're the only two people who are like that. But
No, I don't. Well, I think as people start to get over just like Macklemore's Thrift Shop, like, and start to notice his other songs. I mean, he has a live trumpet player that goes on tour with him, and like that's a new thing for hip hop.
well, and not even in hip hop, but I would say like. Because Macklemore has one song, really. I know you love Macklemore,
That's
but as far
popular
as
right now.
popularity,
Right,
he is.
that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that people like.
But
look
if you
at
look
his
at
other
other like
stuff.
established artists, they're like Justin Timberlake
Yeah.
performed at the Grammys, and he had an entire live band,
Yeah.
and then he even had an orchestra with him as well. So I think it's just that emphasis because we kind of went the electronic craze where like this is awesome, we can play all these songs just electronically with keyboards, and now they're going back to live bands. So I'm sure all the musicians are excited because now they have more job opportunities.
Definitely.
And I think Rihanna's new song is, I think it's at least piano. Like, I mean, it seems like we kind of hit our peak in like the club dance techno type music, and now we're gonna go back. And I think it'd be so cool to actually play like big band dance music, and then that way like people could dance, like learn how to dance like cool dances, kind of like
like dances that you actually have
like
to
the
learn
foxtrot
something.
or stuff like that.
That might take a little while longer to come back.
You think? We'll see. But I know Justin Timberlake, his song seemed a little bit more towards that, and
it's very different.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I did notice you're playing today, because you see I have class right after this, and so Leah tried to take her time so she could play her song and not allow me to play my song today.
What?
And so I'm unable to play my song now.
I didn't even know you had a song today.
I always have a song.
Remember that time earlier when somebody was
song.
singing in the audio booth?
I always have a song.
Into the microphone. You do not. You've had a song one time.
And I thought that was going to be
I was like,
everyday
Eric,
occurrence now.
I think that we should get started. And Eric said, no, I have to continue singing into the microphone. That really happened.
They have a recording studio here, and if you're a singer, and let's face it, I'm a dynamite singer.
Okay.
I wanted to belt out a couple ballads before we started our show. I am sorry.
Do you want to give the audience a sample?
I think we're run out of time for today. Leah, could you... what song did you start playing today? I was going to see if you wanted to play that song to finish us off, to kind of do our closing.
You have to go to class.
I do have to go to class, but I think you could do it.
But I think I have to go to work.
Oh, she has to go to work. So we will just end, I guess, for today. But we'll see you all we'll be back on Thursday. And
yes.
Reminders, you can listen to us at 1, 7, and 11 p.m.
Yes.
Any day of the week.
Yes.
Besides Mondays. Any day of the week besides Mondays. So
really?
Yeah, I don't think Mondays.
Oh. And in case you want to hear the song that we played at the beginning, it's Uptown Girl.
That is correct. And you can find us on Shoutcast. I think that's the best way we've decided to listen to us. Shoutcast.
Definitely. Type in St. Leo, and there we are.
And so 1, 7, and 11 we should be playing. And if we're not playing, please let us know, because we'd like to be out there so you guys can listen to us.
Definitely.
Anyway, I guess that is all for today.
What do you say, Eric?
I'm trying to think of our...
Oh, no.
I believe it's So Long, Leoland.
See you later.